Millennials are not as independent as you may think. A new study shows that young adults are increasingly living at home and for a longer stretch of time. According to the Pew Research Center, as of 2016, 15% of 25 to 35-year-old millennials were still under their parents' roofs. That's 5% more than in 2000, when 10% of the Generation Xers were still at home, and it's nearly double the amount of the silent generation who lived at home in 1964. Pew says it's not a lack of jobs that are keeping the millennials at bay. The research says that some factors could be success in the job market, the cost of living alone, and student debt obligations. Let's get some insight from a millennial herself, Pavlina Osta. She's a pop culture social commentator. What do you make of the fact that so many millennials, your generation, are having to stay at home?
Yeah, so first of all, I completely agree with this article. A lot of millennials are having a hard time adulting, as the term kind of goes. I know I'm also currently in college, so I know a lot of kids, laundry's a first time thing, buying groceries is a first time thing, and it's considered adulting. So I think when, living on your own or doing anything really, I guess, above doing laundry and everything, that's a lot. They don't want the responsibilities. No, like the fact that like adulting is an actual term, like doing things on your own it's like its own term. Yeah, no.
Being in debt is also a term, and we've got millennials in our own newsroom who have to live at home because they are under so much student loan debt.
Yes, and that was like that was my first thought when I was reading this article. I was just like, why would this be? Because personally, I like to be more independent and everything, but I think it's definitely a lot of student debt is definitely a big thing, just because that's not good at all. But also, like later on in the article, they were saying that it's not even like the college-educated people. It's a lot of like the people that just have high school diplomas are also living at home.
Decades ago, when I was coming out of college, it was something of a stigma. If you were at home, you were something of a loser. Is that apply now, or is there sort of an embrace of people?
I think it's kind of like a shelter, like it's okay kind of thing. You'll get out into the world. I don't think there is that stigma anymore. So,
wow. Yeah. What's the biggest challenge, though, for millennials who are caught in this situation of having to live at home? Is it that, well, they're still tied to their parents? Is it a lack of autonomy? What's the...
Well, personally, I don't know, I feel like it makes it harder to get out there, because like by the time you're in that 25 to 30 range and you're still living at home, like, well, where's like the motivation? Where's the the time to do anything? So I feel like that's probably like the biggest struggle, at least.
What's your situation going to be when you get out of college?
Well, currently I'm already living alone. I turned 18 and I moved up here to New York City, but I don't know. I'm already living alone. So yeah.
But you must have friends who are going to have to live at home, right?
Yeah.
What do they say about it?
I haven't asked them actually about like living alone and everything, but I do know a lot of my friends, they've already taken out, we're first-year college students. A lot of them have already taken out loans from school and everything. So it's just, I feel like it's just going to kind of pile on, and hopefully they can get out of it and
it's got to be so depressing, because I mean, I know people over $100,000 in student loans that they take out. And can you imagine facing your first job and you've got that kind of debt? It's crazy.
Exactly. I know, you're just trying to get your first job, and yeah.
All right, Pavlina Osta, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Still to come.